At the T-minus 3-minute mark, tape recorders on board the spacecraft were turned on. These recorders record both voice and data. Now building up to 7.7 million pound lift thrust. And we have a liftoff. Moving back. The Saturn V lifting off with power.
This is WMMM-LP operating out of Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 The Radiator. It's a rocket shop. Good evening, I'm your host, Tom Proctor. With me tonight is 8084. How's it going, guys?
Great,
thank you.
Can we get some quick introductions of who's here this evening?
I will start because I'm closest to you, and I think that's why I have to start, right? So, great accent. Is that?
No, I've been putting it on this entire time. It's 29 years running.
Wonderful. So, wish I could do that. But Randy Smith, one of the original members, founder, and the lead vocalist.
Wonderful.
Andre McCarra, one of the almost original members and almost founders.
Yeah, you're a founder.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I came in like 2 months
Your
into
father
the
and
band. Two months into the band, I joined.
Okay, I'd say that's pretty formative.
Granted, it was 36 years ago, so I guess they grandfathered me in.
Do you still feel like an outsider?
You know, every day I get up and I think, today's the day. I feel like one of them. And here's the new guy over here.
Speaking of the
Yeah, I've actually got a new one.
Ryan Mulroot. I'm the new guy.
Oh, wonderful.
Can you hear Ryan okay over there? Is that? Yeah, I was going to say. Is that a cardioid or is that?
It's a condenser.
Is it a cardioid? Okay. We'll sort of split the difference here. You'll feel a slight tingling in your extremities. This is perfectly normal. There we go.
And as always, I've got Bob in the background, making sure everything sounds great. Guys, I like to start off with a song, usually just so people have got a good idea of who they're listening to. So do you want to introduce your first track and take it away?
Wow, we're going to play?
Oh, music.
You mean like music?
Music.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do first? Which one?
Let's do Home.
You can do Home first? Because
Let's do Home because we're kind of home. We're Burlington. We're home.
We are home. Burlington is home. It is now. So, spend my time in the sea, and I've forgotten the last time, oh, I felt like me. Strangers in the mirror, strangers in my bed, strangers everywhere, strangers in my head, and there ain't one to keep me in. But never easy when you're leaving, it's never easy when you're gone. Never easy to believe in, never easy to be that strong. 'Cause there are days that come along and shake your body, run line and drowning. If you stop and take a look outside yourself, you might just find your way back home. Find your way back home. By brick, stone by stone, tear it down on my own, and the walls are beginning to crumble. She said, open up your heart, open up your mind, open up the door, let me treat you kind, and take my hand, and I'll lead you there. It's never easy when you're leaving, and never easy when you're gone. It's never easy to believe it, it's never easy to be that strong. 'Cause there are days that come along and shake your body, run line and drowning. If you stop and take a look outside yourself, might just find find your way back home. Find your way back home. And time will tell you that when it passed you by. And time will tell you your love can be so kind.
A stitch in time will save your life, but it can cost you every time. You scrape and save and work and slave.
Your fingers to the bone. That come along and shake your body. Throw a line and drowning. If you stop and take a look outside yourself, you might just find your way back home. Find your way back home. It's never easy when you're leaving. Never easy when you're gone. Never easy when you're leaving. Never easy when you're gone. When you're gone. Whoa. Try not to sing right into the mic. How did I do? I am 3 inches from the mic here, folks, so I'm turning my head. And
What are you doing there? I'm averting my head.
I look like I'm doing my Joe Cocker thing. So
808-4 there with Home. And Randy, as you mentioned in your voice, you've got quite a powerful set of lungs there. So after 30 years, is that waned or is that just increased? You're like a bodybuilder who's after so much practice.
that's really interesting. That's a really good question. It's actually, I think I'm probably better now than I was 30 years ago.
Oh yeah.
It just takes more time to get up in the morning to work at it. So, but I have to keep doing. I have to work harder at it now.
Yeah. What do you? So would you say it's because you do work harder at your vocal practices now, and maybe 30 years ago you were slightly more about the rock and roll lifestyle?
Yeah, you got that. So 30 years ago, the idea of practice was usually a shot of tequila, but I'm pretty good at that too. But no, now it's it's paying attention to your craft. I can't just wing it like I used to. So I have to prepare and do things. And I think because of that and trying to take care of myself, my health and so forth, I think it's made me stronger than I was before. So I surprise myself sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but thank you. That's a very nice compliment.
No, you guys are coming this evening partly to promote the campaign of Love Not Hate, which I've got a beautiful sticker with me right now. And this is happening on July the 13th. Would someone like to tell me a little bit about what this is about?
Oh, Andre.
Well, there's an old Steve Martin joke. Sure, there's war, there's pestilence, starvation in the world, but what can we do about it? We're not folk singers. Well, we kind of put that on its ear. We decided we were going to use music as a medium to promote, not prevent, the exact opposite, to promote goodwill and just sort of togetherness in a bipartisan, no political affiliation. You could be Bernie, you could be Ted Nugent, you could be anybody. You're all welcome at our show, but we want to sort of bring people together in a positive way and look what we have in common as opposed to what our differences are. And that's really just brings sort of a synopsis of everything. I think if people actually communicate on a one-to-one level, we'd be surprised at how much we do have in common. Same number of arms, same number of legs. You count the chromosomes? Strikingly similar. Although there are a few people on the right I would question.
Interesting comment, yeah.
All due respect, bless their hearts.
So is this a festival? Is just a one-off gig? How's the format going to be?
What we've done is we really just started putting this together about 5 months ago. So we've been taking our time trying to plan this out so it would work effectively. And just got done doing a show at Higher Ground, and we'll do the 13th in Rutland. We have a show this winter at the Paramount Theater in Rutland, and there's a bunch of things in between we're working on. But we're not trying to, it's not where we're trying to go out and play to make money, and we're not trying to go out to play because we need it for our egos. We want it to be each show to be kind of an event. So if we play once or twice a month, that's perfect for what we're trying to do. So, and because there's a lot of background work that has to be done prior to, being able to get on stage there, we're trying to align ourselves with a local community or charity in the area to be able to help bring attention to their cause and raise money. And so there's a lot of legwork that needs to be done beforehand. So it's not just a matter of hey, let's
getting
go
on
do this
stage.
show. Getting on stage, and we're not doing the bar scene anymore. We're not doing anything like that. I mean, Higher Grounds, yeah, they had alcohol, and Paramount, they have alcohol, but it's not.
It's a bar, it's a scene.
It's not. It's more of a theater-based show, and eventually we're working towards a multimedia facet to this too. So, we're very lucky. If you think about it, how many bands do you have that have been together for 36 years? I mean, that's amazing. I mean, and I know we look like it's 46 years, but the good thing about this is that we really care, and we've been very fortunate to be able to have a great fan base and do this. And now we're at a point in our lives where it's time to, it's not like we're not a political band, but we feel like there's something we can do to help try to provide some good in the world.
Yeah. You were mentioning, not many bands have been together for 30 odd years. Why do you reckon you guys kind of booked the trend for rock and roll bands, especially 80s rock and roll bands? I mean, you've got a pretty big reputation of 80s rock and roll bands kind of burning out very quickly. So why did you guys manage to survive?
There you go.
I think we love the music so much. It's as cliche as that sounds. To me, it was always a privilege to be on stage. So we sort of eschewed a lot of the negative affectations that come along with rock. We didn't have any debilitating substance issues. We didn't we just you get off so much on making music that I never sought escapism, because why would you want to escape from this? It's an e-ticket ride. Why would you want to escape from that? So to me, it's always, again, it's a privilege, and to play music. The fact that people come to see us, I mean, that's an honor. That's that's something that few people get to experience. So I count my blessings every day that I've been able to parlay this into having a recording studio, having being able to make music for that's my career, that's my life, and it's amazing. So
yeah, I think that's what it is. It's recognizing how fortunate we are as human beings. We get tied up on a day-to-day basis. You drive, somebody gets close to your bumper, so you slam on your brakes and you flip them off and all that kind of stuff. Think about how insignificant that really is. We're very lucky to have what we have, and we're only here for a short period of time. Why the heck are we fighting? It doesn't make a lot of sense. So Andre said, it is a privilege to be able to still be able to do this, and if it weren't for Geritol, I don't know what I'd do. But
yeah, do they still make that?
I don't know.
Depends. What?
Wait a minute. How'd you know? No.
And you're saying 30 years, and you want to kind of give back, and you're mentioning you're looking to working with some charities for the Love Not Hate gigs. What kind of charities have you got your eye on at the moment? Who are you thinking of partnering? We just
finished working. Higher Ground show was to bring awareness to the Vermont Food Bank, and we teamed up with them. As we go forward here, there's a couple of places in the Rutland area that we're trying to decide which one would be the best for this show. We haven't picked that out yet, but we're close. But it really depends on where we are in the area. And this kind of started, the idea of this started years ago when, I was just doing more of a singer-songwriter thing, and went into a town, and there was a family that had lost everything to a fire, everything, and they had nothing. And we were able to raise, a couple $1,000s for them one night. And I mean, that's big. And they were crying at, with just overjoyed with the amount of just the love that people were putting out there. And I realized that this is a cool thing to do. This is really cool. So if we can...
It's all self-serving, really. We just want to feel good about ourselves.
Well, and
doing
there's
good
nothing
in the
wrong
world.
with that. If you think about it, there's really nothing wrong with that, because if you feel good about yourself and you're putting out good stuff, you're going to get good stuff back, and people are going to...
It's a karmic cycle is what it is.
It really is.
True.
Have you tried the karmic cycle? It's very good.
Cleansing.
I really like the kombucha. That's usually good, too.
That's Ryan's street there.
Kind of keeping an eye on the time here. Sorry, guys, want to hear a couple more songs before we have to move on to the next artist. You guys want to introduce the next song?
I thought you were going to say the next artist.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
We can make something up if you like.
So, yeah, I mean, we can do... this is a song...
This is like the exact opposite of art. Acoustic is like the antithesis of what we do. So
people are... people want to hear Journey and AC/DC, and it's like, that's the kind of time. So, and it has a time, and Andre said something, I don't know if this is yours, but it stuck with me for many years. He said, it's okay to look back, just don't stare. And that's what I think a lot of people do with the 80s, and we like to think of ourselves, and I think some people miss this, is that we are evolving as people and as musicians, and
it all got us to be where we are right now. Whether the 80s, people kind of look back and kind of chuckle about the 80s, but man, if you were there, it was a hell of a ride. It was a lot of fun.
Well, the haircuts kind of show that much, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, try not to.
I seen a picture of you guys back then.
Well, there was this company called, they put out this product called Stiff Stuff, and that stuff, man, we had cases of that stuff.
It was hairspray.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the hairspray?
Hairspray. It was hairspray. Should have gone with Aquanet.
Yeah. When you said the Steve Martin thing, I was sure you were going to say cans. They don't like the cans. But
that guy lives right up the next town from me.
He does.
And Emmett Walsh.
All right, this is a song, like Andre said.
Slightly sidetracked there.
After 30 years, you go off on tangents. Our life is just a series of tangents. That's all it is.
I'm going to reel this one back in.
We're a little senile, so this starts going.
So next song.
That's how we went for 30 years. It's just mostly just tangents. It would have taken about 6 years, but we just keep going and veering off in different directions.
All right, so this is a tune that I wrote a few years ago that. It came to me, it was a funny way, it kind of wrote itself. It was done in 20 minutes. So, and that doesn't usually happen, so I like to think that, somebody is talking through me. So, because I couldn't come up with this that quickly. So, but it's, you'll hear the story. It's about a woman that's, lived her life and it hasn't worked out quite the way she wanted it to go. So, ready?
What's it called?
It's called Yesterday. Yesterday, not the Paul McCartney. She likes to sleep in late on Sunday. Dream of a boy she knew in school. Paints a portrait of her lifetime. The colors of a fool. As time goes by, she keeps looking for tomorrow, yesterday. The old rusty piece of wire from a beach in old P-town reminds her of that lazy summer and how our life is turned around as time goes by. Looking for tomorrow, yesterday. The memories live inside her head of a lifetime filled with no regret. It's easier to keep the scars inside She keeps our photos in a scrapbook of when her son went off to war. And she still gossips to her neighbors, but is never walking through that door. And they all know she keeps looking for tomorrow, yesterday. Likes to sleep in late on Sunday. Him of our boys you knew in school, and paints a portrait of her lifetime with all the colors of a pool. As time goes by, she keeps looking for tomorrow, yesterday. Tomorrow, yesterday, and still she tries. Ooh.
808 there with Yesterday. So, guys, I was looking at some of your recent work, and I noticed that your last album came out in last year, 2017, When Angels Slip Away, and that was after an 11-year hiatus. So I was kind of curious as what got you guys back in the studio?
Well, we lost a bet.
No. No, I moved to. I picked up my family. We moved to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
I needed a bit of a break, and went there and kind of enjoyed it for a while. Missed Vermont and came back and did some reunion shows and things like that. But at one point, I became sick with I had something called Graves' disease. Anyway, I passed that now and so forth. But it started making me think that I'm not going to live forever. And so we did a show, and Andre and I have been best buds forever. I mean, just been really close. So
He's a lucky man.
I am a very lucky man. So we basically, I got back here. We moved back here. My wife and I bought a house, and Andre and I right away started thinking, let's start writing. And so that's Why was the first song that we came out with, and now we're planning to do more music and release the entire 808 catalog on iTunes and so forth. So
wherever fine music is sold.
It's just I like making music with these guys. It's I don't want to work with anybody else. I want to work with these guys. And
kind of like a comfortable pair of shoes, after so long. You just put them on, they just feel right.
And we haven't even mentioned Rye but at the beginning, but Rye is just, he fits right into the way we work, and we feel like he's already a brother of ours, and he's only been with us for, 5-6 months now. So.
Yes,
quote, Spinal Tap, he's the lukewarm water between fire and ice.
So, Rye, how did you get involved with the band?
Pardon?
How did you get involved with the band? How did you get brought into the fold?
I've known the guys forever. I've worked with Andre off and on for years, and got a phone call one day, and it's like, where do I sign? So
All right.
That was it. It was that easy.
And does the whole band come together with a creative process, or is it just you two that kind of sit down in a room and hash something out, or is it just one of you?
Yeah, well, it depends. Some certain songs, it's sort of a collective group effort, and sometimes Randy will have an idea and he'll send it to me, and I have the luxury. I own a recording studio, West Street Digital, so I walk downstairs and I've got a nice facility to work in. which is, once again, makes it easier for us as a band. So we're not thinking about, we need to save money up to record or do anything like that. So it's kind of it's a very organic at your leisure process. We don't go in with a game plan. Again, so, somebody will have a germ of an idea. Sometimes, the last song, why we wrote, Randy, Frank, and I were just sitting in the control room in the studio. And we ended up using the rhythm guitar track and the bass track, the scratch tracks that we did that day, ended up making it on the final track. In fact, I tried to recreate the mindset that we were in, and sometimes what we call chasing the demo. You can't quite. There's a certain loose feel thing to it, and I couldn't get that, and so ended up using the scratch tracks. And that's the beauty of recording now with digital recording is you can just you keep everything. You never know what's gonna. It's end up just having. There was something about that track that I couldn't do better.
I was going to mention that actually, as you've been going for 30 years, and the kind of landscape of music's changed so much. Not only with the way that you record things and the fact that it's digital, so you can pretty much record anything at any time. It's not going to cost you any extra money. Also, the way you promote your songs and promote your image and marketing. So, how have you felt transitioning through that kind of the new media, if you will?
Well, seeing that I own a digital marketing company, it helps. So it's
So
like
quite
the chicken
well,
and the egg.
yeah.
Which came first?
It's like we're cheating, isn't it?
And he has a studio. We're kind of cheating. We got, So it's interesting because when we first recorded, our first release was a vinyl 45, and we played packed the Flynn Theater. We sold out the Flynn, and that was funny back then. I may or may not have been wearing leg warmers, but we that's how it started. And at that time, for me to work, I had a little 4-track recorder, and then I had a Walkman, and that's how I record my ideas.
I actually still have my Walkman that I keep in a drawer in my studio. So when if I have an idea, I don't plug into stuff. I just kind of sing it into the Walkman or play it into the Walkman because I want to keep that part of my brain detached from the thinking process.
Yeah, things have changed. We've gone from tape to digital, and
I confess I will use my phone sometimes. Okay.
accent on that note. So, but that's a good question. It's there's usually a germ of an idea, and then we bring it to the band because I think we all at a place in our lives now that we're very comfortable where we are as humans, especially with each other. And there's not one person trying to be the pecking order anymore.
I think you also develop a sense of honesty, and you have a repartee that you develop over the years, and there's almost like a verbal shorthand. You kind of go, maybe that's not the best way to approach the song, but we can say that to each other now because we have enough respect for each other. Where it's not a personal thing, and nobody takes it that way. If I always say the song, if you're willing to listen, the song will tell you what it wants. And sometimes we'll try. I'll throw anything at the wall, see what sticks, and sometimes great ideas sound good on paper. But then you put them in a song like, oh, that's really awful. That harmony should work, but it doesn't. And again, we don't have a problem. Cutting room floor, littered with brilliant ideas.
We got about time for one more song. If you guys like to promote what's coming up once again, just so everyone knows when to see you and where to see you.
Do we have one more song in us?
Do you have one more song
that we rehearsed? We did rehearse too. I mean, we could.
You go for a classic if you want.
Oh, oof. Hold on here. Hold on. I'm not saying we won't. This is on the spot, kind of a thing. So, learning to live.
Can we do that acoustically?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's try it.
We've never tried to do this acoustically.
So this is a
It's kind of a
first. So
rocker.
if it really stinks, it was your idea.
You can blame me. I'll take it.
And if it's great, it's Rye's idea.
All right. So 8084.
Yeah, this is a song. It's called "Learning to Live." This is a little autobiographical from my early part of the somewhere around 2001, 2002.
Okay.
And sometimes I think we in parts of our life we get to places. Don't lose your desk. That would really be bad. We get to places in our life where we all get there where we're a little confused, and sometimes people, what's that?
This should be interesting. I can't imagine
this
this song
could be fun.
acoustically. This is going to be a fun experiment.
I'm looking forward to hearing
The
it.
upbeat, I can start it. I don't even have to. 4, 1.
2, 3.
If the walls could talk and speak their minds, we'd have nothing else left to hide from you and I, the monsters in our minds. And our words are often left unsaid, like memories locked inside our heads. We never learn until it seems too late. And every day I close my eyes, imagine life without these ties. And I'm learning how to live. I'm learning how to walk and talk and breathe without a pill. And I'm learning how to live. My dreams go flashing by my eyes. I wonder if it's some disguise that fate has left knocking at my door. If we paint our lives in our own ways, the shades of red and blue and gray, will the colors last or will they wash away? And every day I close my eyes, imagine life without these ties. And I'm learning how to live. I'm learning how to walk and talk and breathe without a pill. Oh, and I'm learning how to live. Without you by my side, I can't describe just how I feel. And I'm learning how to live. And all these highways that I travel down on lead me back empty ground. And I'm a fool to believe that the stars in the sky can show me the way, can show me the light. Oh, and I'm learning how to live. That's pretty good. I'm learning how to walk and talk and breathe without a pill. Oh, and I'm learning how to live without you by my side. I can't describe just how I feel. Oh, and I'm learning how to live without you by my side. I can't describe just how I feel. Oh, and I'm learning how to live without you by my side. I can't describe just how I feel. And I'm learning how to live.
What an interesting challenge. Now.
Very nice.
Nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt. That was our goal going and nobody gets hurt.
Nobody poked their eyes out.
I'll say that was definitely Rye's idea, that one.
That's Ryan's idea.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I really hope that the SAG gig go really well, and that you're gonna get back in the recording studio soon.
Yeah,
and,
actually, we'll be
put
back.
We'll be there
people-
tonight.
Yeah, he'll
There
be
we
there
go.
tonight. We'll
I'll
be
be
back
there all
soon.
week.
We've got some new material we're going to work on, so expect something out of us, and a lot of shows throughout Vermont, Massachusetts, Boston area, things like that. So
Wonderful.
thank you so much for having
Thank
us.
you
No
for
worries,
having
no
us.
worries.
It's always nice to be had.
Okay, come in at any time. All right.
Thanks, Al.
Fun stuff. Thank you, man.
No
Really
worries.
appreciate it.
Coming in next, we've got Jesse Taylor. We'll be right back.